everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Storm here.
Mom here. Hi.
Timmy here.
We're going to be watching more of the Clone Wars today. We are on episode 9 of season 6, and I wanted to bring Maui on because he was so hyper and cute. But anywho, hopefully he'll come back and forth. He's like insane on my rug right now, just chasing nothing and rolling around, and so cute. So maybe you'll see him in the mirror sometimes. We'll see.
Who knows?
So, getting towards the end, interesting arc. If it's going to be an arc, this is part 2, so it might just be a 2-parter. That's it. Obviously. Jar Jar and Windu working together.
Oh, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, different. Interesting for
Very
sure.
opposite, yes.
So,
sure.
They kind of worked well together last time. I mean, their personalities are so different. Windu didn't like being matched up with Jar Jar, really, right?
That's right. Yes.
Yes, he's very serious, and Jar Jar. He's a great communicator, though, and he's a good leader.
Mm-hmm. Although Windu did volunteer, right? He did actually.
He did.
Yeah, so I have to say that, too.
He's like, someone has to babysit him, probably.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. And to say again, I really like seeing Jar Jar have a girlfriend, like to have a relationship,
That
because
fantastic?
Yeah, that was
some characters,
yes.
I just label as, okay, well, they're secondary characters. They're meant to have calamity, like Jar Jar, not all side characters, but I just didn't think there would be more of that character, and so it was cool to see, like, he can have a real life and have emotions and really love someone, and so I like the Queen. I totally understand where Jar Jar is coming from, where she really doesn't trust outsiders, especially the Jedi, and you have to take it slow with her. So they really tried to save her. And what kind of crazy voodoo is going on at that underground temple, right? I mean, here they're taking Force away from people. Like, that's really messed up.
Taking them, disappearing them, and bringing them down there.
Yeah, and I know it's different from Dathomir, but like how the mother would, use magic with the Force, and it was different. It was almost like witch magic or witchcraft. But I kind of had that same sense here. I know it's a little different, but they're actually taking your Force away.
They are.
Yes, they are.
So what are they doing with them? Just like
making some powerful Force to... I mean, that one guy, that's what I was wondering if you actually die from it, because the one guy that we saw... he kind of passed out, or maybe he died, but then he fell into the lava pit, right? So we don't know if that actually killed him or if he just passed out from it. But losing the Force, it was almost like they lost their soul. So I wasn't sure how extreme, but
and you're being forced. You're caged. You're trapped. Once you're captured, that's it. You can't get out of this. You're just waiting your turn. That's a horrible death. If it is a death.
I know.
If you get in the lava,
Because either way, I don't think they're probably keeping them around unless over time you can maybe heal and get more Force back over time, but I doubt it. I'm sure it's like a one-time deal.
I think that's it.
We can't use you anymore, so you will be sacrificed, and either way, not good. So to take the Queen away, that's a big weakness, because now everyone's like, the prophecy's coming true, we're all doomed, and it's just mayhem right now. So they're really banking on Jar Jar's words that he can... help fix this and save her.
And he's so optimistic. And he was so humble with the whole relationship with her. He didn't even brag about it or anything, because she is a queen, and he didn't say anything. But she really, you could tell she really was in love with him.
Which is nice to see.
It was interesting,
So as we know, this episode's called The Disappeared Part 2. And we see Windu right now. We see Jar Jar and the Queen. Okay, so that's a spoiler then, right? Because then he probably saves her. All right, well, I kind of hoped, he would. So shall we get into it?
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right, 609. Wisdom is born in fools as well as wise men. Maui's going crazy.
Jar Jar.
A sinister prophecy will be fulfilled.
It's an interesting ship,
The
right?
bloodthirsty Frangol cult will take over the Bardotan government. Death and destruction.
What a horrible way to do it.
Yes,
It always impresses me with the technologies that they have, how different every ship is. And
Yes.
He's got all crispy fried, and then they just stole the
Crispy
fried.
and put it in a shiny ball.
And now they plan to do the same thing with the Queen. But to what end? I sense something else. I will be able to sense its location.
We should make a Bombad team, Master and Mace.
Indeed.
Aw, it's
Nice.
Yes.
Unhand me.
Oh my goodness.
Night,
Sleepy.
night.
Whoa.
No.
The Great Mother came to me. We did not know the Gungan had such powerful friends.
We must
Imagine the
hurry.
Great Mother was the
Once
same
we
mother.
sacrifice the Queen and transfer the living force to the Great Mother.
Stay still.
That city, it's a muy big. We should have to move fast
Muy
to catch
big.
the cultists.
We cannot rush into this.
And they're getting away.
But you won't know where to go.
People, market, streets.
Yep, means I see that from here too.
I see crowds.
See?
Wait!
The chase is on.
Gotta catch up, Jar Jar.
That's right. Yes.
It's also a lesson learned, though.
Keep moving. This way. Stay alert. The Queen may be close by.
Lisa already got one of those.
Jar Jar, help!
Ooh,
Oh, jeez.
Should have been with him.
maybe that was a trap. It was too out in the open.
Uh-huh. So,
Now what?
oh, jeez.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's why.
He's right.
That might be a worse place you're in.
The Queenie this way.
You could just do that in the streets and no one cares.
Yeah.
Julia.
Keep after the Queen.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God, it's that powerful.
Oh, gee.
Lisa need to be brave.
That's right. Be brave. Not foolish though.
Oh,
Yeah. He almost killed himself. Whoa!
Oh my goodness.
oh goodness.
We've seen them before.
Oh,
Oh.
good.
Ooh, good job.
Oh, you are brave.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. What would we do? Ooh!
Oh,
Right.
nice
Oh,
move.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Slobber.
That's right.
Ooh.
The master looks scared too.
Oh,
Good job.
Have a nice nap.
Heh.
oh, gee.
I have no time to argue.
That looks a lot faster.
Yeah.
Oh, does he have the same one?
Other way, honey.
Yeah.
The Jedi is unyielding.
He will arrive too late to save the Queen. I've seen it in my visions.
Oh, jeez.
Be of water.
Jar Jar. Jar Jar, please.
Oh,
Focus on the task at hand. That is the best way you can help your friend. Whoever the Great Mother is.
Sorry, just when it's running.
Lisa and we said good guys will triumph. Right, Master and Mace?
Yes.
Oh, good.
so
Give him some
good.
positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some good support.
Great Mother. At last.
I was right.
Oh,
I
it
was right.
is
my
her.
goodness. Okay.
Just the
Yes.
same green.
Okay.
Cool.
Pure spirit resonating in this orb. The Jedi comes.
Who are you?
It's far too late to trouble yourself with such matters.
You're gonna die,
My
but
God.
I'm kind of tied up by you.
Matters.
Let me know.
Know, however, you possess a strong connection to the living force. A connection that will now be mine.
Never.
When the lenses are aligned, the energy will rip your spirit. I will become more powerful than any Jedi.
Oh, this is
jeez,
really
man.
insane.
Oh,
Oop, it's always a
oh
button.
my goodness. She's live.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
my
yeah.
goodness. Oh, no.
Here we
No,
go.
no, he's touching up.
His stick. Whoa. Jar Jar.
And they're slow.
Ooh, good move.
Misa found a bang boomagan.
Nice work.
Hey,
Misa here, Queenie.
Master Windu.
I assume
don't talk to
you are the Great Mother.
Get her loose.
No, I am a simple witch.
Come on.
Whoa.
Hurry up. Oh.
Bye.
oh my God. Ooh.
Go.
Oh, good job, Jar Jar.
Whoops.
Watch out.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
he has
Oh, is
some-
she gonna? Okay, no. Okay.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Jason.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Oh, she needed that. I was wondering. Okay.
Ooh.
I knew you would save me.
Misa never lets anything happen to you, Queenie.
Jar Jar, Your Highness, over here.
Jar Jar, I wanted to tell you. I knew you would stop her.
No.
Perhaps this is a new beginning for the Bardotans and the Jedi.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Look at his.
Yay, right home.
Ooh, Yahoo.
He likes it.
That was great.
Yeah, that was
Excellent.
That was happy ending.
I know the Queen Mother's evil,
Right now.
but I think she's such a freaking cool character.
Yeah,
She is,
my
and
God.
boy, what a plan she had right to the end.
She sure did. Wow.
You know,
Yeah, that was her last
Right.
desperate attempt, and to act like she's always been so calm and confident and just very intimidating. So she didn't seem desperate at all. Like, she fought well, but she wasn't like, oh my God, the entire time. Like, this is my last resort to actually survive. Like, I didn't get that idea, but I did actually have a hunch because she did die before. She was a physical form before, and then she got attacked by Grievous. Then she was a ghost form after that. Like, we saw more mist where you couldn't really see the outlines of her when she would turn certain ways. And in this one, it was even more so, which was a cool effect. And when we saw behind her and she would look around, it was very, like, transparent and flowy. You saw, like, a lot of waves. Like, she just wasn't there. So for her to just disappear at the end... That made me not sad because she's a cool character and all, but she's evil and she needed that source to survive.
she
Yes,
did.
she did.
And her face was just so sad.
Oh, I could see that.
Right at
Like,
the
I'm
end.
going. This is
Definitely.
it.
Really
This is
crazy. Yeah, so to see her go, I mean, she did a good fight. I'm glad she came back. I really thought we saw the end of her. That was it.
Yeah.
But to have her come back, when they kept saying the Great Mother, I'm like, I'm kind of wondering, and I know
Yes,
it's
it's
basic.
gotta be, yeah.
But the way that they had the green orb and they're talking about her, that was a connection I made that I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's that
And it was
kind
dark.
of dark.
We knew it was
Yes.
some kind of dark force. And she was going to be more powerful than the Sith and Jedi.
That's
if
what it
that
sounded
happens.
like.
Yeah.
So I'm always curious on new things, and I was curious on how that would happen if she was able to do it. I mean, maybe it would be something else we didn't understand and not exactly that. Like, she would be more beyond that. But I'm like, okay, well, maybe it just is in a different realm or something, or just doesn't
That's
even
right, yeah.
coincide with the dark and light. I don't know. So I think she's actually done for good.
Yeah,
I
it
think so
looks
now.
like
Yeah,
it.
it looks
Yeah.
like it.
Especially with her face like that. Like she was
Oh,
like, okay,
that
this
was
is it.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
done.
Now, how did you guys think about Jar Jar teaming up with Mace and actually doing well?
I thought it was really good. He did a great job.
Yes, and May started
Yeah.
complimenting him.
Yes,
I think
Especially
that
when he
was
took
sweet.
down those Stone
Definitely.
Guardians. Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good lesson, and honestly, I took it as Windu, you know, like, he was very judgmental at first and annoyed and just had a very different view from Jar Jar, but I kind of felt like he was complimenting Jar Jar as a kid or something, like, oh yeah, no, you really did do very well, but then over time with them fighting together, they're just such opposites that it was cool to see them work it out, and Jar Jar trying to be
Yes,
brave and actually, like, he's good at flailing those punches. Like, he's pretty strong. He
Yes.
would
Oh,
knock
sure.
people out,
Yeah.
no problem. So that really came in handy. I was kind of shocked at him, but he can't be perfect in that way. but him running after that gun, like right towards that gun, just in blind like faith, or just like, it'll be okay. I don't know.
Yes,
but
he just had it in him that I have to be brave, and then he just went for it.
That's right, yeah.
So thank God Mace was able to take out, the gunner before he got there.
That's right.
So that was good, because he just ran out in the open. It wasn't like he was zigzagging or anything. He just went right for it. But he was able to save Mace a few times, and they really did work well together. It was nice that Jar Jar was able to save the Queen physically at the end. They worked well together.
Thank God it wasn't a hard lock on her wrists, because he was kind of taking it easy and slow while
you gotta wait until the counter goes down to 1, right? There was one, but we're like, oh no, right to the last possible second. That makes it more exciting. But I am happy he was able to save her. But at first, she still thanked him for saving her, which he did. But Mace really helped a lot too. I mean, he took on the major people there, and he took on the mother. So she quickly thanked him, and that was nice that she wasn't very locked and like, no, like I still won't trust you. Like, she really did thank him.
Yes, and Mace was very complimentary to her. He's like, your heiress. He was very, good to her too. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a nice relationship now between the Jedi.
I think so.
Yeah, and again, getting towards the end, so we know bad things are going to happen, but it was nice to see that they might have another planet on their side with the Jedi, so.
Right.
Man.
So, I liked it when when they landed, and Mace was telling Jar Jar to just calm down. We're not going to just jump into things. It was almost like a teachable moment where, let me let the Force guide us.
And that was one thing too, where it was good because they're teaching kids. I know it's more adult too, but they're teaching kids morals and like lessons on what you should do. You just can't leap into things. Like, you have to be patient, think ahead, because if you just run forward without a plan or not even knowing where you're going, you're going to waste more time. And in this case, you're going to lose the Queen because you're going to be not in the right area. You're going to just run and get lost and maybe find other troubles along the way because you know nothing about this area. So you have to be patient. And it was cute how Jar Jar's like, oh, well, why are you rushing now after all of that? After when you said you got to be patient and we have to figure out where we're going. But he had to be literal so the kids understood too. Like, oh, okay, it's good to be patient.
Yes, now we know where we're going, and now we have to go fast.
Yeah, now you can't just stroll along, la 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 la.
And they would have missed the mark if they had listened to Jar Jar, if they just went off, because they just made it with Mace's plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy too, because I know it's a shady area, and Jar Jar was saying like, oh, well, it's kind of scary, and Mace was like, well, you can't let your anxieties take over. You need to focus on the mission. So here these guys are dragging this Queen who's screaming. I mean, mainly it was the other members around him, but we did see them go through the square, and then she's yelling out, Jar Jar! But it shows you, like, people just don't care because they have a lot of bad crimes there, and people just, like, mind their own business. And
and they're like, probably, exactly, like the crime lords, so they're just going to say, okay, just stay here and buy my food and get out of here.
So Jar Jar was right there, and they were brave to ignore all that and just go after the main goal. But, I mean, to go that far, because with the Force, to steal all that power and to make this whole contraption, like to have the lenses, they have to come together, the planets are aligning or the moons are aligning or something to help extract her Force. Like, how well thought through, to make it so exact to be able to do so. So that was exciting to see. And just in general, again, like, I love the different planets, and you have so many different structures, and they remind you of certain places on Earth, but like some are so extreme. Like, I love the idea of having a track in the desert. And you can barely see it. And you can just go to a completely different location very quickly. But can you really see the track in the sand? I mean, we could at first, but does it disappear? Where it's kind of like a mystery. And, I know you could find it if you really followed it like Mace and Jar Jar did, but it's just kind of neat because it makes it more of a mystery to kind of go along.
And this, like you talked about the ships, how interesting they are, how different they are. And even the ships that they had Queenie in, when they got to their destination, there was like so many like sliver of doors that just opened up like a ladybug would,
I gotta say, like a big bug. I was thinking about those big wings.
It's it's so cool.
Jar
And
Jars, yeah.
jokingly, can you imagine being a pilot? Like how many, just like, well, languages are different, I guess, but like to know so many different ships and how to fly them. I mean, you got to be careful that you like close those wings so you don't take out like the whole population there, because those like wings were huge, and it was cool. It was like a bug, you know. So it's interesting. I think it's a lot of fun to see that, and yeah. So I'm glad it was a happy ending. And
I am
too.
I just can't believe that the mother would plan all this out, and she knows there's a Jedi following, and to still be so confident that this is going to work, and you know,
it didn't.
Yeah,
that's right.
Sure, that's for sure.
And again, like she didn't seem desperate or anything too, but that's her character, which makes it even cooler, you know. But I kind of thought that that would be her last resort, to maybe have some kind of physical form. And because she was only a ghost at that point, I wasn't sure how long she could stay in our world like that. But she didn't have that desperation to make me think, okay, well, maybe it's just more power that she wants, and it doesn't really matter like what state she's in now. I don't know. But yeah, so then when she just died, I was like, oh crap, okay. That was the last attempt, okay. So in this case, it is good that she's gone. I don't mean it in any bad way, like not trying to support evil, but I just thought she was a really cool character.
Yeah, and she tried her darndest. You can't blame her on that.
That's right.
And it was fun to see Jar Jar again, because now that we're getting towards the end, I thought we were just going to focus more on our main Jedi and God, Order 66. Are we going to see it in this? I mean, it has to happen because the Clone Wars, obviously. That's going to be awful. That would be like the last episode or something. But anywho, guys, I think we'll end it there. Very good show. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please check out our links below if you want to see our reactions early. And you can also check out our merchandise. That also helps us out a lot so we can create more videos for you guys. Thanks, guys. You were awesome. Love ya. And until next time, bye.
Bye.
Mom's all fuzzy.